Hi guys, welcome to my sewing space. For those who don't know me, my name is Bitumelapula and this is my channel. On today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful hair bow. It's in satin and it's got pearls. So if you guys want to see how I made this, please stick around. Don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy my video. For this tutorial, I will be using a satin fabric with a matching color thread, measuring tape and some rulers, a pearl bead setting tool, some fabric glue, some clips or pins, and of course a good pair of scissors. Getting straight onto business, these are the blocks that I've cut out. This big one measures 16 by 6 inches, this one is 9 by 6, and the small one is 3 by 4 inches. Starting with the long strip, I will fold it in half, long ways onto the right side of the fabric, meaning the wrong side will be exposed. Measure and mark at 5 centimeters on each side and take that in to create a new shape. Once you've cut the corners, you will now go onto the sewing machine and make a straight stitch, starting from the corners to there on both sides, leaving a gap of about 2 inches in the center. To avoid your fabric slipping, you may use your pins, but because I'm using satin, I opted to using these beautiful clips that I got from Shein. They're quite cool and convenient. Using an edge stitch. You should know by now that for corners and curves, before we turn the project right side out, we have to snip those. So snip your corners so that they are not bulky. You're basically just debulking those corners and making sure that there's not a lot of materials around them, because we don't want it to be bulky when we turn the project right side out. And then once you're happy, you can turn your project right side out. Look at those corners, nice and sharp. If yours look blunt, please go back and debulk. The next piece I'm going to prepare is this tiny piece that I'm going to use to tie the bow. So you will take your piece and fold it in this manner. So you fold the one side, fold the other side, and then you fold it right in the middle. And all this, you are folding it onto the wrong side, so the right side will be exposed this time. And take that to the sewing machine, making a straight stitch on the edge. The next piece to prepare is the main piece of the bow. I'm going to be a little bit extra on this one. I'm going to add some pearls, which is why I have this special box over here. Let's see what's inside the box. So I've got these pearls. I've got white pearls that come in different sizes, as well as these colored pearls. They also come in different sizes. I've got rivets to hold the pearls in place, and then this is the main tool. I'll show you guys how to use that. I've got some screws, and then I've also got some dishes to keep the pearls and the rivets. And then lastly, I've got some tweezers as well. So this part of the video, I won't really go over it. I won't show you guys much because I have already posted about it. If you guys want to see how to use the pearl bead setting tool, you can just click on the link. Probably I'll just attach it there. So yeah, so I'm just gonna use this. I don't know how far I'm gonna go with the pearls, but yeah, I'll just listen to my heart. In the setting tool, I have big white pearl in, and I'm now going in with the rivet. So I'm dropping the rivet in the bottom hole, then in with my fabric to install the pearl. Installing the pearl is easy. You basically just press that red grip down, and there's the white pearl. Oh my gosh. So I'm a bit worried about my delicate fabric because look at that. I might ruin it. But anyway, I'm going to finish this off camera. And 9 pearls later, that's what I've got. My fabric snagged there a bit, but it's not a big deal. If you're going to attempt doing this on satin, rather cut out a piece of interfacing for that corner. That should help with the snagging. But we have a bigger problem than that. So when you flip the fabric over, we have a rivet right there. It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be inside. So I'm a bit worried. As you can see, it's caught and then there's no way I'm starting over. But you know what? That's a call to improvise. So you'll take your fabric and fold it over onto the right side and start stitching from that corner, stopping right there in the center, and then the same thing on the other side from the corner to the center, leaving a little gap in the middle of about 3 centimeters. So if your pearls are too much on the side and are just distracting you when you're trying to sew on the machine, you may stitch by hand or use a zipper foot. See what I mean? You just leave a small gap in the center that will give you enough room to flip your fabric through. So remember guys, to always cut your corners and zigzag. Here we are after the zigzag. Look, I just want to show you guys something. So just next to the pearls on the side, I had to go in with a hand stitch. I just had to make a small straight stitch, hand stitching, because I couldn't even go with my zipper foot. That's how small that space was. And then from there I just continued with the sewing machine. So you just turn your piece right side out, carefully pushing out your corners too. Please guys, be careful with those pearls too, not to pull on your fabric. Remember, we already have enough snagging, so we cannot afford to ruin our fabric. I've pushed out all my corners and this is what we have now. Please go press that with an iron before you proceed to the next step. I mean, all your pieces actually, please. Thank you. So here we are. All the pieces are pressed and ready. So you'll take your first piece, fold it in half and create a crease in the middle. You'll do the same thing on the next piece. Fold it in the middle and create a crease there. Take your bow piece and gather it like that. Just a few gathers should do. not too much, not too little. That is enough. Then you'll take your sewing needle and secure those gathers right along the midline that you have marked. So you stitch that up until it's nice and intact. Then you will take your long strip. You'll do the same thing on the strip. So you'll gather that up as well and sew it along the midline. When you combine those two together, please just make sure that the bow is on top of the strip and not the other way around. And what do I mean by that? I mean that the ears of the bow just need to come on top of the strapping and not behind. So when you're happy with that, you can just tie the excess threading around the bow, or you can just cut it off, doesn't matter. Okay, I know that already this looks like a beautiful bow, but we're not done yet. I just need one more step to seal the deal and make it nice and neat. So you will take your small strip that we just created earlier and wrap it around the midline of your bow. And then you take your sewing needle and stitch that. Just a straight stitch should be fine. And then once you're done, you can just cut that and flip around, hiding the stitch we have just created. And here is a beautiful bow. I know it looks beautiful, but we're not done yet. See that small thing there? It is moving, so I'm just going to use a little bit of glue just to keep that intact and make sure that our midline does not shift. So I bought this fabric glue. It's my first time using it. You can either use this one or you can use the one that dries up quickly. I did not know that this one takes up to 3 to 4 hours to dry. Anyway, I had to do a fabric test before I put that on my project, and it didn't have a problem, honestly. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and use that on my ribbon just so that that midline does not shift. Yeah, just give it a little squeeze at the back and the front. You don't want your bow to be wet from the glue, especially that is going to take 3 to 4 hours. So you don't want to be disappointed after 4 hours. And last thing I'm going to add is this clip so we can be able to use it on our hair. So I'm going to add that hair clip at the back. So it doesn't matter which way it goes. Yeah. So you put the clip in and our bow will be ready. Thank you so much for watching this far. If you really liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share, do something. If you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. Till we meet next time. Bye y'all.